Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to another Tea with JD. And this is actually going to be a more adult-oriented and mature video. So, warning: there will be adult language. I will probably be cursing because, although I'm a nice guy, I am only human. So, let's talk about social media no-nos. I've been doing this for 4 years now. The whole writing thing, the whole being on social media thing. There's there's hundreds of things that get on my nerves, but I'm just gonna mention 8. If you have any others that you'd like to share, by all means use the comment section. But for now, let's start with number 1. Butting in. When someone is having a conversation, even in a public forum, um, butting in is kind of rude, kind of stupid. And people find it the most natural thing to just like butt in like an asshole. And it's like, this is a conversation between two people. Um, and one thing is to you're on social media, you're doing it publicly, so it does invite people to join the conversation. It's very different to join a conversation than it is to butt in. I've been fortunate enough to have made a ton of really awesome people, and on certain occasions, it's there's a nice support network, and we pump each other up, and because we're either having a bad day or we did something well, and we're congratulating each other, and sometimes we want to promote each other's work. This is not something that is imposed. It's something that we do it naturally. I can tell you a list of 20 people off the top of my head whom I do this for because they're people I care about and whose work I really enjoy. If I'm doing that and you come in and say, "Oh, my book is also on sale," I want to slap you out across the fucking face. Seriously. I want to do that. I want to poke your eyes out, and then I want to give you a wedgie because it is just rude. Which brings me to point 2, rudeness, being rude. There are so many ways to be rude. If you don't have anything good to say, silence is a fucking option, by the way. Um, and by silence, I mean not using your fingers to give me like a really crappy comment. Some people, I'm not saying that it all has to be support, I'm not saying it has to be universally loved and whatnot, but some people are only have snarky shit to say, and it's like, seriously, do you have anything positive to say, or do you insist on being such an asshole that you will die from cancer? Seriously. I don't know. Some people are just rude like that, and you can disagree, and it's not agree to disagree. You can disagree and share your thoughts in a way that it's not rude. But a lot of people do not master this skill because obviously they eat from a trough. So yeah, butting in and rude, 2 bad things. What's number 3? Being self-centered. I'm an indie author. I have to do my own self-promotion. I get the mindset that you want to promote your work. I get that. But starting a conversation and it being so fucking obvious that you just want to talk about your stuff, or weaving yourself into a conversation and it is so fucking obvious that you want to talk about your stuff and promote your stuff. Again, I'm all for promoting people, and I'm all for supporting people, but most of the people that I do support genuinely, meaning that they get happy when I have success, and I get happy when they have success. It's not, oh, they had success, so let me post something so that I can also get some of that media exposure, which is the attitude of a couple of people, and that is sickening, and pretty shitty. Again, I know you have work, but it's not all about what I write. I have 10 published books, and I'm not constantly shoving it down people's throat. But I will get to that in a bit later. Or no, let's get to that now. Pushiness. Seriously. Promoting your work, think of it like oral sex. Forcing it down someone's throat is not pleasant. You have to let the person accept what they want to take in their mouth. Some people are like shove and push and push and shove and shove and push and push, and it's like, dude, that is so rude and just so obnoxious. And again, I know all about wanting to make it and be successful and have sales and have reviews. But again, it's like oral sex. If you push too hard, I'm going to vomit in your face. Which brings me to point number 5. Snake oil salesman. There are some people who are just disingenuous. I've met thousands of people. I've interacted with thousands of people. I can't say I've met them because I haven't seen them in person. I've interacted with thousands of people. Thousands of bots as well. Spam bots and whatnot. But throughout 3 years, more than 1,000 people I've probably interacted in some way, shape, or form. Some of those people are snake oil salesmen, and you go like, wow, you like pyramid schemes, and it's so obvious. And it's like, and this cure-all attitude to what they write. Some people might like that approach. I don't. I like my writers a bit more humble. And a lot of the people that I follow have been humbled and come from humble beginnings. Even people who have made it big. J.K. Rowling and Neil Gaiman are huge, yeah. But they've paid their dues and then some. And they don't come across as assholes in their interviews for a reason. It's not that they don't know their worth. It's that, and I'm not talking monetary worth, I'm talking about legacy and whatnot. But they're not full of themselves, and they're not going, oh yeah, I'm the shit. I think actually J.K. Rowling has to be pretty insecure in certain things because she's had such tremendous success in Harry Potter that she probably worries that that will overshadow anything else that she does. This is me projecting, which would be a shame because I publish a lot of things and a lot of variety, and the last thing that I would want is to be considered a one-trick pony, and she is not a one-trick pony. And then there's these people that are like, yeah, I'm the shit. Oh my god. I'm the shit. Oh, yeah. And then, oh, have you read my book? It is magical. It's the best book yet. Whatever. People have enjoyed my work, and I say it, and I try to quote people, but I don't feel comfortable being, I'm the shit, because I'm far from sustainable. My writing does not pay the bills, and that is a blow to self-confidence, obviously. If I'm so good, then why am I not making a living off this? That's some of the thoughts that you deal with when you're an indie author. They're fun. So that. Number 6, and it's gonna be like this on purpose. Perverts. Where did that come from? Exactly. I do Sock It To Me. Sock It To Me is something that I do on Instagram, on Facebook, on Google+, and on Twitter. I put hashtag Sock It To Me and hashtag Sock Family. Basically, every single day we are bombarded with just heinous news and atrocities that happen on a social, civil, human rights, and political level, apart from the environment. I do this to try to break through the clutter and offer people like a little silly place where they can in Google Plus and on Facebook. I also do extra questions. On Instagram, I just write a message, and on Twitter, I tag a ton of people. The idea is to just have fun and share something quirky and silly, etc. And there are the internet is a vast world that you feel the need to go to something that is family friendly and just show off that you're a pervert and a piece of shit. That's not the place, and that's not cool. That's not cool because thing is that sometimes people put pictures of either their feet because they have sandals and they got a weird sunburn, or their socks or something, and then someone goes like, and says a foot fetish comment. And I've had to talk to these people, and I don't know why it's amazing that I had to talk to these people. It's like, you piece of shit. We're having fun, and you did you turned it into something smutty, and it really pisses me off because the idea of this is to have fun in a family-friendly whatever. And I don't, the last thing I want is for any woman or female friend that I have to not post because they go like, I don't know if someone's gonna be watching, and that's a fucked up thing to have to deal with. And I do know a ton of people. And I'll talk about this later, but there's a big divide into the things that guys have to deal with and women have to deal with. Guys have to deal with very little shit. And women get bombarded with dick pics and horny, perverted comments, and I don't see the point in it. Seriously, I really wish it could be regulated a lot better, and that if there's a flag comment of that nature, that person should, face some sort of fine to dispel with this shit. The mentality in the U.S. on this topic is sickening, because guys will be guys. No, guys will not be guys. Guys have to learn that they don't have to be pieces of shit. And to keep it in their pants. If you want to have perverted thoughts, fuck it. Have all the perverted thoughts that you want. It is your right. But don't share them, outwardly. It's like, oh yeah, oh my God, that makes me think of lusciousness. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is your malfunction that you think that is a logical response to anything? So seriously, fuck off. That's to all the perverts. Everyone else who's watching, that was not meant for you. And this is to show that there is a fiery side to the mellow, chill guy that does tons of random miscellaneous videos. I've mellowed out a lot with the years, but it's been a choice because I can be pretty intense, and I have been pretty intense in different contexts. But at all times, I do want to seem approachable and like I'm not a perv. Fuck. Seriously, sock it to me, sock family. Geeky stuff, quirky stuff, and then some guy, oh my God, I love that picture. Seriously, look in the mirror when you fucking tweet that. 2 more points. Being cryptic beyond the point of comprehension to try to sound intellectual. I've had a couple of occasions where people write stuff that it's like, that does remind me of Wilbury versus, Gladstone, and how that is, it's like, dude, seriously, I'm glad that you know who Wilbury and Gladstone are, and you can apply it to a Twitter conversation, but bring it down several notches. We are human. And here's the thing, I'm a big fan of Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky is one of the preeminent intellectuals in the world, and although he has moments when what he says is a bit complex, he does try to simplify his language as much as possible to make it accessible so that everyone can connect and understand. Being cryptic for the sake of trying to sound sophisticated is one thing. If that's the way that you think, that's fine. That is you, and we have to learn to love you. But if you have people talking about, I don't know, Nintendo, and then you come with an example of something of quantum physics, there is a disconnect there. So sorry if we don't follow. And the last one I want to mention, because they say, oh, Instagram is the quickest growing social media platform, whatever. I have fun on all platforms that I participate in because that's the idea for me. I want to have fun and yes, I want to build my brand. No, I want to connect with people, and if that's the way that I build my brand, so be it. But Instagram is a shit lately, and the updates that they're getting rival Google+. So by all means, Instagram, get your shit together. It's not like anyone from Instagram is gonna fucking hear this, but still. The follow-unfollow bullshit. You follow me, I see your channel, I see there's some cool stuff, I follow you, and then when I check back, you unfollowed me almost immediately when I followed you. What the fuck? What is the point of doing that apart from inflating your channel and coming off as an asshole? I have no idea why people do that, and they do that a lot on Instagram, and some of the updates that they've done make it harder to identify the people that are doing that so that you can unfollow them back. Unfollow and block, by the way. I don't understand that. I don't have that big of a big a gap in follow-on followers on Twitter. If I don't follow you, it's because I either didn't see the notification, because Twitter sometimes does that, and you're not interacting, so I don't know you're following me. Um, it seems like a spam account. It's a crass porn account, um, and I make that distinction because I have followed erotic authors, and it's not like I'm into erotica. I've mentioned before that I don't read erotica. It's not that I wouldn't read erotica. It's just that I haven't gone like, you know what, I'm in the mood for some smut or some erotica. There's differences, nuances to each. But no, no. But it's either one of those things, or I saw something that was off-putting. Off-putting can be a ton of things. Um, if you're very, very strict with some of your worldviews, and you lash out at people, I'm not going to follow you. It's pretty simple. I have a ton of Christian friends, but they respect my beliefs in being agnostic and accepting people and their creeds. If you have an issue with that, we're not gonna get along. So don't even bother. There's millions of people on Twitter. You don't need me. I don't need you. We don't need each other. But if we have something that clicks and resonates, then let's connect. But the whole follow thing, I really don't get it. And a lot of people do that, just so that their numbers can be more inflated, and that's a really dick thing to do. It just shows that you're in it for the numbers and the likes. You're not in it to connect. So yeah, those are 8 points of social media no-nos. Doing a short recap, it is butting in, it is rudeness, it is being self-centered and always ending up needing to talk about yourself, it is pushiness, it is snake oil salesmanship, it is being a pervert, it is being cryptic beyond the point of comprehension, and the follow tango. What are your thoughts on this, and what else should we add to this list? Anyways, thank you for joining me. Hope the adult language wasn't too much. And until next time, peace, love, and maki rolls.